Welcome back. Well, the markets have come off a little bit from the high point of the day. We're down close to around 30 points. Nothing really to worry. The Nifty Bank, that's not really participating, so that's a bit of a drag. Though the IT index, as we've been pointing out in the last few days, the Nasdaq does well, the IT index will do well, and that's why the IT index continues to do a relative outperformance. But let's move to our next management, Sheela Foam. They reported a weakest set of numbers in the third quarter. The revenues are down by close to 7.5% on a year-on-year basis, though the gross margins were up 340 basis points. The EBITDA margins as well saw some compression due to higher other expenditure. Well, to understand what's the way ahead as well as what went on in the past quarter, we're joined by Mr. Rahul Gautam, the Managing Director of the company. I'm Mr. Gautam. Good morning, and thanks so much for speaking to us here on CNBC-TV18. Well, whenever you join, sir, we get a bit of an insight into your company as well as in terms of TDI prices, which is very, very important for GNFC. Now, I understand, in the last couple of weeks, the last 10 days or so, there has been some traction on TDI prices. Could you tell us what is the uptick we have seen on TDI prices?
So this has still been, sort of oscillating around like nobody's business. And till December, middle December, they were kind of mellowing down or slowing down a bit. But let's say from January onwards, the increase has almost been about 30 rupees per kilo, which is, and so today it's at 245. And like you said, in the last 10 days, gone up by 12 rupees.
All right, Mr. Gautam, just to confirm that then, TDI prices are up by around 30 rupees, is what you're telling us.
From January onwards.
From January. Oh, that'll be very, very important. For you, it'll hurt you. But for JNFC, that'll be a rather important data point because that's more than a 10% increase for JNFC. And their core product is TDI prices. So just keep an eye out on the JNFC stock as well. But Mr. Gautam, well, let's talk about, your business. How is demand on ground? And what do you look to end this year with?
So demand on ground is lukewarm, to say, to find the right word for it. Quarter three, which has just finished, which is always the largest or the biggest quarter that we have, was also okay. It was very patchy in the sense that 10, 15 days okay, and then another 5 days slower. So that's what we've been experiencing. I think it is steadying down. January and whatever few days in February that we have, it's better than the previous quarter, and as I said, but again, the raw material prices seem to be playing a spoilsport here.
Right. So what happens to the gross margins? Mr. Gautam, because you had said that the gross margins were sustainable, the expansion of nearly 400 basis points. Now the raw material inflation has raised its ugly head once again, and demand is still patchy. So just wanted two numbers from you. One, for the entire year, what is the kind of revenue that you're estimating? You did just about 2% in the first 9 months. And margins, can we see further correction from third quarter levels into the fourth quarter?
Yes, we would see corrections on that. And let me just say that as far as raw material, straight away on a quarter four impact may not happen. The inflation would probably take some time because of stocks and because of material in the pipeline. However, if you look at the year that is going to end off, I would say we should be about 6% over the last year, over the previous year.
So the first 9 months you've done 2%. You believe that the fourth quarter will make up for that and you will see 6%?
I think the number is probably closer to 4%, 3 to 4% last year. Anyway, that's what we see is about 6%.
So you'll end this year with a 6% growth over FY22, right?
That's right.
And what about margins? You said there'll be some compression. Do you want to give us a number?
I don't believe that there would be too much of a compression. We are trying to compensate for the increase in raw material prices by passing them on to the consumer. And then there is always that bit of a lag effect, which is there, due to the stocks and the inventory and the material pipeline.
Right. If you could give us a sense of all the other geographies, just trying to understand For FY24, what are the targets that you have? You started FY23 with a 15% sort of revenue growth target. Understandably, things weakened, they got patchy, etc. So you'll end up with 6%. That's what you're estimating. FY24, what targets do you have? You do have a lot of new brands that you've seeded, businesses coming in from the railway, etc. If you could break that up into, how much comes in from India, how much comes in from Australia and Europe?
So let me just go to the overseas part first. Australia has been doing, touch wood, very well. And this is because of a lot more stability out there and the Australians spending more money, because they're not traveling around as before. So that should end up almost about 12 to 13% over the previous year. As far as Spain is concerned, whatever hit that it had to take on account of the Ukraine war, it has taken and has now been creeping up as far, but it may end up about 7-8% lower than the previous year because the impact on the entire market, of course, has been much larger, almost about 20-odd% as far as Europe is concerned. So we should see about 6-7% hit there in Spain. India, I have already said that we should be about 6%.
That's FY23 that you're talking about. Mr. Gautam, I'm asking about your targets for the next year, FY24.
So I may not be able to give you exact, because we still have to have our planning portion. In any case, there is also so much of instability that is there that to probably give a... But I would say that if somewhere it is related to the GDP, and if I would look at the past 10-15 years, we've generally been the industry's been tracking about 2 times the GDP, and so has Sheela Foam.
Okay.
Not a little better than that.
Talking about India's GDP, sir, and the sector that's really firing and going in full speed is the railway space. That's an opportunity for you, right? As of now,
Absolutely.
I think it's a small portion of your business. I think you do maybe 8 to 10 crores odd per month of business from the railways. But where do you see this number scaling to?
I would say that this number should end up at about 350-400 rupees per 350 to 400 crores per year.
By when?
By 25.
By 25.
FY25.
So from 120 crores at current reckoning, at current run rate, you'll be going up by 3 times in the next 3 years.
Right. So I mean, the product has been well accepted. The product has been the exactly what the railways want. However, the switchover takes its time, because there is so much where the previous product, etc., is there.
All right, Mr. Gautam, run out of time, but not out of questions. Hopefully, we continue our conversation on another occasion. But for now, the headline that we will take away is that your railway business will triple over the next 2 years. And demand, however, for the remainder of this year still remains patchy. 120 crore business turning into 350 crores. I guess the railway passengers will sleep well.
Absolutely, Mangalam. On the other data point, the TDI prices, 30 rupees higher is quite a large quantum. And as we speak, I think JNFC is at the high point of the day. Remember, bulk of their revenues and profitability comes in from TDI prices. Mr. Gautam said it's been very, very volatile. But from the lows of, of January itself, it's moved up by 30 rupees. And that's why I think JNFC as well has moved to the high point of the day. Volatile commodity, but keep an eye out on that. For the time being, slip into a short break. You come back, we'll continue our focus on markets as well as stock-specific action.
Pull up the flicks and I take it on beer. Pull up the hands and I feel it more beer. I dig it on. I sick a John. Take it on the roll and the show and the pull up the flicks and I pull up.
Hello, Goosebumps, the new Volkswagen Virtus.
चीज़ डोसा, मसाला डोसा, पेपर सादा डोसा, रोटी, बटर नान, कुलचा, वेज कढ़ाई, वेज कोला, स्टीम राइस, जीरा राइस, फ्राइड राइस।
भैया और कोई ऑप्शन?
अन्ना
लाइफ में और कहीं ऑप्शंस मिले ना मिले, मोतीलाल ओसवाल आपको देता है ऑप्शंस ट्रेडिंग में ऑप्शंस। इंट्रोड्यूसिंग मोतीलाल ओसवाल ऑप्शन स्टोर विद अ वाइड रेंज ऑफ ऑप्शंस इन ऑप्शंस ट्रेडिंग। एक्सप्लोर करो ऑप्शन स्टोर। Investment in securities market is subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
राशि की स्कूल फीस, घर का किराया, कितनी जिम्मेदारियां हैं सर पे। तुम तो टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस लिए बिना ही चले गए।
पॉलिसी बाजार पे 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 430 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
देखो देखो देखो, नया टीवी देखो। Got the veggies from Chodu shop? He gives the right rate.
Yes, Papa.
Decided. 55-inch TV on this wall.
Oh, super. I'll write out the check tomorrow.
No, you don't. I will, with my own money.
Oh, wow. How come?
Look at this advertisement. 30% assured returns on investment. I am also going to invest my money.
So vegetables only from Chotu's shop, but investment advice from anyone? Papa, trusting a stranger's advice is never wise.
But what about the TV?
सोच कर समझ कर इन्वेस्ट कर।
What if you were a major transit system facing cyber attacks? So you partner with IBM to keep your data, network, and apps protected. Now you can tackle threats without coming to a halt. Let's create cybersecurity that keeps your business on track. IBM, let's create.
अरे भेज दिया डैड ने यार, कहते जाओ पासबुक अपडेट करा के लाओ।
मिस्टर चिंटू, हेलो, प्लीज अब अपडेट।
हाँ, वैसे ये सब तो आपके ऐप पे भी दिख जाता है ना?
हाँ,
पापा को बताऊंगा।
वो फिर भी यहाँ आएंगे।
क्यों?
पासबुक तो घर पे दिख जाएगा, किंतु उनका जोक्स पे हंसने वाला यहीं मिलेगा।
रिश्ता आपसे है, सिर्फ ऐप से नहीं। फेडरल बैंक, योर परफेक्ट बैंकिंग पार्टनर।
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Invest once and enjoy guaranteed maturity with life cover with LIC's Dhan Varsha, a single premium plan for your family's security and prosperity.
Welcome back. The market continues to do market things. The Nifty is up about 100 points, mildly off highs, but really no worries. The dips are being bought back closer to the higher end of today's trading range, 18,120 thereabouts. But what's really taking your breath away is the way the mid-cap index is moving right now. I mean, you do have a bunch of stocks which are spiking. Oil India continues its march forward. It's up 17% this week on good numbers coming in. The other one I'm looking at is Jubilant Foodworks. Not particularly great numbers for that counter, but you know, after the dip that we've seen, there has been a bit of an uptick on Jubilant Foodworks, currently at the high point of trade for that counter as well. Emphasis is the third one, which has moved to the high point. But we'll focus only on Jubilant Foodworks as we wrap up on this edition of Chartbusters. Nigel, are you buying us pizzas? Can we expect them before 12?
I've already ordered it. In the next 20 minutes, it's here.
All right, 20 minutes it is. We wrap up on this edition of Trading Hour, rather Chartbusters. Trading Hour comes up next.
Brought to you by Astha Trade, trusted stock